Okay, I wanted to show you my garlic. This is just one. This is the wild garlic, and this is what happens when you put one of those little bulb seeds in the ground. The next year you won't get a whole thing of garlic. You'll get a tiny one. This one actually has three or four cloves, but it's kind of just one little garlic. We're doing this with the wild ones to get them going more, because under circumstances we kept losing all the seeds and not being able to get them going, and we only have a few of them out there, but I'm going to talk more about them later when I'm outside. So that's what happens when you plant one little bulb seed. You planted one of these, you'll probably get a whole clove next year, like a whole round with many cloves in it. But if you plant one little tiny seed, that is what you get, a little garlic. You can wait another year and that will get bigger, or you can pick it the first year, separate them, and put them out. I also saved the seed on the wild garlic, and that is what I would really like to show you outside. They're getting ready to harvest. I didn't know my son was playing around with power tools. Anyway, here we go. These garlic are just starting to flower and put out their bulb. Wanted to share how these go into flower, and they already have bulbs on them. That's what happens when you leave your scape on the garlic. They end up getting little bulbs on top. You'll get smaller garlic down there in the ground, so you don't really like to do that. You cut them off and you get a bigger garlic. Well, this is wild garlic that we're trying to get going in the garden a lot more. And I like to get them going by seed, too. So you end up with a small seed, like I showed you on the beginning of the video. You get a really small bulb. It might have a couple of cloves in it, but it's really tiny for the first year. And that's what these will make, a really tiny bulb the first year. Second year, the bulb gets bigger, and then it's ready to eat, right? If you leave it in the ground, it's just going to keep growing over and over. And that's what these things are originally supposed to do. They get growing from the bulb, and this gets heavy, and they get loose, and they bounce around in the wind, putting the bulbs everywhere, or, well, they fall down in the snow and the rain, and they will start on the ground. They don't even have to be below ground. Sometimes what I like to do is I like to cut it down here and then put that part in the soil, but then you end up with a grouping. This is a grouping of a 4 or so. There's a grouping down here of 5, 6. So that's what happened. They either fell or I put them in the ground like that, and all of them are growing. So I'm going to show you later, when I dig that up, what it looks like when one of these happens to fall over and grow itself. And it's not bad. It's an easy way to keep your garlic under control, but yet keep spreading it. Very beautiful. He's been dancing around in the garden here. Or her. A boy or a girl. Finding nature, pointing out little dots. I can't see the dot. Maybe it is a girl. If you would like, you can lay some eggs on my milkweed over there. Looks like you're a brand new girl. Very pretty. I'm glad when I can show you the creatures in the garden. Oh, right there, I think it's a girl. No spot on the wings. Very neat. So, with the garlic, I don't think it's ready to take the bulbs off, and you plant them closer to October and that so they don't grow. But these ones here are starting to get those little, they're starting to grow up from the bulb already. So sometimes I do actually put them in now. I don't think it really hurt them. but they go in early. They're just going to start growing, and then the frost will kill them back a little bit, and then they'll grow next year. I don't think it'll really hurt them, but you can leave them on top of the soil too, and they will grow. So I'm going to try to put some in the food forest hedge, but not all of them, because I want some to guarantee some. So I'll put some around these areas. They'll come up in the spring, and I'm not digging in here. When I usually plant, I plant seed in here, so I'm not digging. So this is my beets that are going to flower, and they will give me some seed by winter, hopefully. Oh, it keeps dancing around, don't know what to focus on. But I love the fact that my beets are going into flower. I left a couple in the garden for the second year, just so I can have some flowers. So, and then I can save some seed. Thank you. I'm glad you were with me today in my journey through the garden and to explore some things. Even my wicked tomatoes that won't stay in, but that's okay. My lovely peas and squash. Thank you very much.